I can't get so easily.
But like that is a good
One
idea,
kiss.
though. Google Translate. I would say that too.
What are we doing? Skippity toilet. Welcome to Media Matters, a podcast brought to you by North Salem's Middle School 7th grade students in Dr. Sandler's media literacy class. I'm Maeve.
And I'm Isabel.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Vincent.
In this podcast, we try to think critically about the media and media systems all around us, which are often invisible. We hope you enjoy our show today. We can call today's show the ABCs of Media Literacy.
A stands for algorithms, which are all around.
B stands for bias, which is baked into all algorithms.
C stands for critical thinking, which is something we all will need to know if we're thinking about algorithms and biases. So first off, what even is an algorithm?
An algorithm is a step-by-step process to do something.
What are examples of where we interact with algorithms, even though we might not know we do?
On like social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok.
Even when you search something up on Google, you still interact with an algorithm. Online shopping.
Yeah, online shopping.
Recipes.
Directions,
Yeah.
like Waze.
Why are they even helpful though?
They kind of they're faster, they're very efficient.
They customize everything to what you want to see.
But even though algorithms are helpful, they can also be harmful.
Why do you say that?
All media has bias. Bias is neither good or bad. We all have it. Like just views on the world. Everybody has it. But it does mean that algorithms also have biases, and that could be very harmful.
It's damaging to
To
the
who?
way you look at life.
To what?
If you see somebody, you will immediately make assumptions about them through bias, and that is damaging.
That is damaging. That is a very
Nice one, Charlie.
Algorithms have bias because the people programming them already have biases, and those can be written in, which can create new biases from people who are just seeing the programmed bias.
Yeah. Even though they're in the computers and stuff, they're still made by people, so it always has a bias to it.
algorithms make up media, which were made by people with biases. So this will reflect the people that made the algorithms will reflect their biases and what they expect it to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes these negative effects are obvious, but sometimes they're more hidden.
Uh-oh. Algorithms are hidden so much that some people don't even realize unless they're specifically searching for the algorithm that's hidden.
An algorithmic bias can be very harmful, especially on Google images when you're a young child and you're searching out good student or bad student, and there's a specific stereotype on how the person that made it wanted it to look, and that person could.
When you search up a vicious dog and a cute dog, obviously a bigger a bigger black dog pops up when you search up vicious.
And then when you search up a cute
tiny
dog,
little cuddly dog pops up for cute.
Oh yeah, and also if you search up pilot, the most reoccurring result is a middle-aged white man being the pilot.
What if you look up flight attendant?
If you look up flight attendant, it's usually a woman.
usually
that's-
a younger woman.
And that's what the search engine and the algorithms kind of
Which is very stereotypical.
blend. And it's
Okay.
very stereotypical because of the mix.
Why is it harmful that Google is perpetuating these stereotypical images?
It's I think personally that it's kind of harmful because when kids are growing up and stuff, I feel they might think that they can't be that certain job because all they see is a certain gender or a certain race doing that job. In one of our classes, we went into deeper detail and we looked into the Turkish language and we translated it into English. And in the Turkish language, they don't really have
A gender.
gender
pronouns.
per object or that genders
in
and
Spanish,
stuff.
caro is a male car.
Anyway, but yeah, so it doesn't have that vowel or something at the end that identifies which which gender it is. So like when we put it inside Google Translate into English, it automatically went and did like she is a belly dancer. That's the only one I remember.
He
And, like,
is a pilot.
Yeah. Instead of like
He
she's
is
a
a
pilot and
president.
he's a belly dancer.
He is a president. She is
That's just the only one I remember.
So,
Google Translate.
That's like also kind of harmful because what if the boy is a belly dancer and the girl is a pilot?
Yeah, and you might not realize that it changed it if you don't
Yeah.
speak the language, because you should be able to trust it to translate it.
Yeah, perfect.
I think like AI coming into a already biased programming group is obviously very dangerous because if it does have any like that it's been taught with bias is exactly how the world works.
AI could also be like harmful because say like you ask something on your Snapchat AI, it goes off and it goes and asks the internet and not like a human. So then it like tells you, yeah. So like we know that like the internet
It's like crazy.
is
well, has
Bias.
has bias and
Harmful.
it can be harmful to you in any way possible.
And we don't want that. What should we do as media literate critical thinkers about algorithmic bias and AI?
I
all
think
that sweet stuff.
I think that we should just look more thoroughly into the answer and photos so we can identify whether or not we think that there's like an algorithm. Well, there is an algorithm or like something like that in there. Yeah, to like know that it exists and to recognize it.
It's important to just see the bias and acknowledge it and just know it's there.
Oh, and that algorithms come from computers, but like even though they come from computers, it's from a person.
I would like to say that if what you look up on the internet isn't like what you look like or what, like, because it has such a big bias, don't feel like bad just because some random man that works for Google said it was going to be that way. Talking to you, Richard. I don't know who Richard is.
It's important to know that bias is there, so you don't immediately just agree with whatever shows up on the internet.
I think algorithmic bias is extremely damaging and should be hopefully obsolete in the future. I think the best way to deal with algorithmic bias would be to get more programmers from different races and genders to come in to create new ideas and more equality in the field.
I agree.
Me too.
Because if you have the same, I don't know, maybe stereotypical people making the same, photos or stock photos or whatever for those reasons, then you're gonna keep seeing the same results of the stereotypicals, and nobody's gonna do anything about it. My takeaway from algorithm bias at the media literacy 7th grade class is that I think it is a very important topic and has a lot of different layers that we may not recognize, but like the base layers being that it can be very stereotypical, but it can also be created for you in a good or bad way based on what you do, what you click on, what you watch, almost like a digital footprint. And that's why I think this is a very important topic, and it was very nice for Dr. Sandler to introduce us to it in media literacy class.
Wow, nice one. Okay. Thank you for listening to this episode of Media Matters, brought to you from our podcast studio at North Salem Middle School High School in North Salem, New York.
Original music was created by Vincent Salvatore and was used with permission. Cover art was created by Braden, Beckett, and Daniel. Thank you to Dr. Sandlin for helping to produce and edit our show.
See you
next time.
Next time!